Hi everyone, Bob Mehsikomer here. Welcome to the show. Hey, listen, we've got a good time going on here at the Milwaukee Sentinel Sports Show. A lot of people at the place. There's a threat of some really bad weather coming in this afternoon, but we are blessed right now. We've got a young man with us right now that's going to be talking about bass. He's fishing the Toyota Series. He's doing quite a good job from what I understand. It's my first opportunity to meet this young man. I'm really excited to find out what he has to say because, quite frankly, this is the type of gentleman that we need in today's industry. We need people in the industry right now who are trying to make it, trying to get ahead of the game, trying to be involved in the game. And that's critical for most people who are trying to make. I mean, I've been in this game for like 45 years. So consequently, that being said, it's very interesting to see young people come up, and it's a lot of fun. So if you would, bring on Baily Bleser, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did I get it right?
That's it.
All right. Bailey, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you're doing, and how you got to where you are. I see you're running one of Earl Bentz's boats, the Camus. Earl and I go back to 1977. I bought my first Hydrosport from Earl Bentz.
No kidding.
Right out of Nashville. And my last boat I bought from Earl Bentz, well, my last Hydrosport, he built me a 485, a VL 485. Which was a bullet Kevlar boat, just an amazing boat. And then I moved with him over to Stratus. We were with Earl Benz at Stratus. And then he went one way, we went to Ranger, and I've been with Ranger all the way up until everybody knows what happened in 2008. So that being said, hey, it's fun to have you on. Let's hear a little bit about you. What are we doing?
Yeah, well, first off, thank you for having me today. It's a pleasure to be here and escape the snow that we got coming in and talk a little fishing. So I appreciate the opportunity. But basically my story, it started a while ago. I am young, but it seems like forever ago to me. I started fishing when I was about 8 years old, and that was just pond hopping, fishing rivers. No like tournament level stuff, just getting out on the weekends and going fishing, whether it was catching carp or pike, it didn't matter. I just like catching fish. And that kind of evolved when I was probably about 10 years old. My family got a boat. And I fished my first tournament. It was actually an Young Anglers tournament, tournament geared towards youth. And I didn't know anything about bass fishing. It was a bass tournament. And needless to say, we caught one fish, so we didn't do very good. But I couldn't tell you what happened that day, but something clicked. And I knew that this is what I wanted to do. It's what I wanted to spend my life doing. And from there, I never really looked back. So once I hit high school, I started a high school club. And fished across the country in the Bassmaster High School Series. And from there was fortunate enough to get a scholarship to go to McHenry University in Southern Illinois and fish for 4 years on their college team. Got to travel all across the country while earning a degree in exercise science. And I actually graduated from college this past May. So I'm fresh out of college, and I now work full-time in the corporate wellness industry. But my main focus is I'm trying to make it to the next level in fishing the Toyota Series right now. So
that is amazing. You got your schooling out of the way. You were very ambitious there to get that done. I've got a nephew that wanted to do the same thing, liked to go into that field, and he's very athletic. So I know what the challenges are to get through that. But that being said, you are making it in a world where it's really hard to make it. You're going to be leaving out of here in not too distant future for a place down in Oklahoma. Where are we headed?
Yes, sir. I'm heading down to Grand Lake. I'm actually going to get out of here tonight or tomorrow morning, depending on the snow. So,
yeah, the snow could be nasty. Folks, we are in the Milwaukee Sentinel Sports Show, and we've got a lot of ambient noise out there. I apologize for it. We got speakers going on. We've got a lumberjack show behind us. We have the trout pond on the other side of us, so we've got a lot of noise out there. But the bottom line is we're having fun here at the show. Now, you're running a boat, a Camus boat. Obviously, I'm seeing this. I mean, your shirt. So tell me a little bit about the Camus brand, how you like it.
So I actually just got my brand new CX-21 about 2 weeks ago. So I got that from Cedar Lake Sales. They rigged it out for me, delivered it 2 weeks ago, and I just got done rigging it and broke it in 2 days ago, actually.
2 days ago?
So it's
you were lucky to find open water.
Yeah, I was surprised, actually. Quite a few of our, I'm from south of here, and quite a few of our little lakes are opened up, but there's still some icebergs floating around, so you got to be a little careful. But no, it's I'm blown away by the boat so far. The ride is amazing. The biggest thing that caught me right away was I ran it. When I broke it in on a day where it was blowing about 30. And there was a little bit of chop. It was a smaller lake, but still it rode like glass. And the main thing that got me as well is I didn't get a drop of water on me. And that can be hard to find in both fiberglass and aluminum companies. And they make a heck of a boat. I have a black and white one. It looks beautiful. I couldn't be more happier. I'm really excited to get it down to Grand and really put it to the test, but it's awesome.
Well, you'll be putting it to the test down there for sure. Earl Vince is notorious for building hulls. He builds some of the best hulls in the industry. So when you say it rides nice and it's dry, that's two of the things that he's definitely digging for. That being said, you're going to go down there. Have you done any research? When you let me ask a question a little differently. You're about to head down for a career-changing opportunity to fish Grand Lake of the Cherokees in Oklahoma. Have you done research? What's your research telling you?
Yeah, so actually, I started doing research way back before I even entered the tournament. Back when I knew that the schedule was announced and I knew that first stop was going to be at Grand Lake, I started looking at navionics on whether it's like an iPad, pulling up map charts of the lake and comparing them with Google Earth and kind of looking for areas that just set up right for that time of year, spots that perhaps those fish were going to pull up on if they were going to come up and spawn, which right now it doesn't look like that's going to be the case at all.
Too cold?
Yeah, we're going to have a cold snap hit right about beginning of next week. So if I had to guess, it's going to be a lot of live sonar, offshore fishing, brush piles, chasing single fish around, an A-rig, a jerkbait. You can probably fish the bank. If I had to guess, you're going to be able to go to the bank, but you're going to be fishing for 5 bites a day. But the flip side of that is if you get those 5 bites, I think they're going to be bigger females.
I'd have to agree with you. Take it from an old man that's been around the game a little bit. I have fished those cold front early season tournaments. I remember a tournament that I actually won over on Balsam Lake in Wisconsin by slow rolling a big spinnerbait that I wrapped solder around to make it even heavier, because in those days we didn't have all these fancy spinnerbaits. But I was slow rolling spinnerbaits in a stump field and weighed 5 fish at 29 pounds in Wisconsin. God. So when you say you might be fishing for 5 bites, don't overlook the fact that those fish could be a lot more concentrated than you think.
Yes, sir. That's a heck of a bag too for Wisconsin. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, those pre-spawn fish, they group up. And they're waiting for the lunar cycle. They're waiting for the maturation period. They're waiting for the water temperature. They're waiting for all these elements, and they come up fast. The bucks will come up early. The bucks get up on the shore. You know that. The bucks are up there making the beds and everything. But Mama, she's sitting outside. She's not coming in until it's absolutely right.
For sure. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to get down there. I think that's going to be a fun event. And the fact that it's probably going to be challenging because of the weather and the fact that we're a little bit before the spawn cycle is going to start, that honestly has me a little more excited for it. All through college, those tournaments that were a little bit tougher tend to be the ones that you can get ahead on. And it's just harder for guys to catch up. So I'm excited for it. It'll be a fun event.
Let's talk technique for just a bit. What is going to be your primary? And I know it's a pigeonhole question. I know that. But what is going to be your primary first approach to try to find those pre-spawn fish that are off the ledges, they're off the edges?
So I actually have 4 days of practice. So I have a lot of time, actually. I'm going to spend a lot of time out there graphing with side scan. A lot of hours behind the Mercury, just driving around looking for brush piles, marking fish on steep breaks. And then if I had to guess how I'm probably going to focus most of my time catching them is once you find those fish, setting up way off them with live sonar and throwing a jerkbait and an A-rig, a small swim bait, something like a spark shad, and even a blade bait with the water being this cold. Just kind of seeing how those fish are going to react. If they want to stay in those brush piles, tuck to the bottom a little more, a drop shot, 10-inch worm, stuff like that.
Everybody that's in this game right now realizes that the economies are a little bit more difficult than they were, say, 3 or 4 years ago. Excuse me. How are you handling those economies?
Yeah, so being a kid right out of college, that's actually a great question. So for me, it's a little different. I'm not like a lot of guys that can go down and just go down there a week ahead of time, take off work, or perhaps that is their job. They fish full time. I'm working full time too. So for example, today I actually drove up here an hour early and sat in the parking lot and did a conference call. So I'll be doing the same thing all next week. The main thing is I'm lucky to have gotten the job that I have. I work remote, so that allows me to go to these tournaments ahead of time, and then I'll actually take calls from the boat and stuff. But honestly, the best thing that helped me in the economy and set me up for success in the fishing industry was the college fishing program. If I would have tried to do this 4 years ago right out of high school and not had the job that I had because of the degree that I got through college, I don't think I'd be able to do it. I at least wouldn't have the longevity in it because I wouldn't have that income. So the fact that this is set up for kids today where they can go to school and get an education, get a degree, and travel around and fish these new bodies of water and gain all that experience is really awesome. And that's what helped me get here, and that's what's still helping me go along.
Danny Brower's kid did it.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the pros have done it. Folks, we're about to get blown out of here with lumberjacks over here. So that being said, I am going to take this opportunity right now to thank my guests for coming on the show right now. I had so many more questions for him. It's a shame, but they're about to blow us out of here. That being said, I want to wish you the very, very, very best going down there, because I know that this is not an easy task. And I know that you're prepared for it. I can hear you're prepared for it. And I'm going to have you back on here. Are you here for longer at the show or just today?
I'm here today. I actually speak in a seminar at 5, and I'll be here before and after that, though.
All righty, folks, let's give them a round of applause. Thanks for coming in. Best of luck.